King Charles and the Prince of Wales greet mourners queuing for hours to see the Queen's lying in state. They thank those waiting through the night to get into Westminster Hall before the state funeral on Monday.
Well, you look well dressed for it. Good trainers.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Well, that means an awful lot you were here. It really does. Thank you so much.
The accessible queue has now closed, and there's a warning the general queue will shut well before the funeral service. The line currently stretches back 5 miles. Next week, the Queen's coffin will be transferred to Westminster Abbey for her funeral, led by the Dean of Westminster.
Right at the heart of this is a family funeral. We mustn't forget that. Deeply personal and a very difficult thing for a family to navigate. But this is also a celebration of a quite extraordinary life.
This evening, the Queen's 8 grandchildren, including Princes William and Harry, will hold a vigil by their grandmother's coffin. And football pays tribute to the Queen in the first full weekend of fixtures since her death.
And the Coldstream Guards were among those rehearsing at Victoria Barracks in Windsor. They joined 1,000 military personnel involved there, but 3 times that will be needed in the capital. For those taking part, the pressure's on.
Normally on the practices with things like this, it's normally okay. But then obviously when it gets to the big day, you still get the nerves when all the crowds are out and everyone's looking at you and all the eyes are on you. Then you do feel the nerves a bit, but once you normally get into it, it's normally all right from then.
And finally, the stallholders at Columbia Road Flower Market in East London will pay tribute to the Queen by leaving one of their stalls empty tomorrow. It's an honour typically reserved for the passing of a market trader. Londoners will be able to place their tributes at the empty stall, which will be outside the Royal Oak pub.
Well, it's more than a week now since Her Majesty passed away and the world started to change. And now, after this evening's vigil by her 8 grandchildren, that change is almost complete. There will be one more day of silent reflection as thousands continue to stream through Westminster Hall, paying their respects to the only monarch most had ever known. And that will be followed by the final day of farewell to Queen Elizabeth II, when on Monday she is honoured with a state funeral and receives the parting thanks of an entire nation and of a loving family. And we will be there to share it with you. But for now, goodbye.